Good afternoon, good day to all. First of all, I remember my targets that include thanks for the CBER to invite me to speak here in this very highly intellectual gathering. And it's my privilege for me to come and speak from Bangladesh Maritime University on sustainable ocean economy, Bangladesh's journey on the roadmap of blue economy. In my talk, I shall cover the concept of the blue economy and how Bangladesh is steering to take blue economy for our economic benefit and how it can be sustainable, taking the global policy and orders into consideration. So to start with, you see that? Can you move that slide? Sustainable ocean economy includes all ocean-based economic sectors operating and investing in sustainable system that includes environmental, social, and economic system. And sustainable ocean economy is different from the ocean economy as it means shifting from a focus on production unit and economic output to a people-centered vision of systems, wealth, well-being, and therefore on conservation, livelihoods, and the job. Here, these are the 4 points I brought up: harvesting of marine resources and the transformation, use of non-exhaustible natural forces, and commerce and trade in and around oceans, that is transport, coastal development, tourism, and recreation. The indirect contribution to economic activities and healthy environments, carbon sequestration, coastal protection, and existence of biodiversity and its services. And there's some numbers that make sense. Our is an ocean planet, 70% of it is covered by the sea. We all know that. Projected coastal population by 2025 will be 6 billion. And number of people who rely on fisheries for direct employment, of which 80% are in Asia Pacific, and they are 38 billion. Marine pollution originating from land-based sources are 80% of global pollution. And what we care for what sustains. 61% of the world's total economic output comes from areas within 100 kilometers from the coast. Marine tourism, marine fisheries, and aquaculture are estimated to provide global economic benefits worth 161 billion, 80 billion, and 57 billion respectively. So that's a huge stake for sustenance. What the obligation we have to safeguard? The development of science and the evolution of technology have enhanced knowledge of the ocean, its biodiversity, biotechnological, energetic potential, as well as mineral resources of the marine soil and subsoil. To protect and preserve the marine environment is not only a goal, but a general obligation under UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on Law of the Sea. States have the right to exploit their natural resources, pursuing their environment and policies, and in accordance with their duty to protect and preserve the marine environment. So what are the challenges we face? Overfishing is the number one challenge to the health of the marine ecosystem. Species as well as entire ecosystem are being lost. As a result, overall ecological unity of our oceans are under stress and at risk of collapse. We are in risk of losing valuable food source. Many depend upon for social, economical, or dietary reasons. And for the major challenges, in fact, loss of habitat. Marine ecosystems are experiencing high rates of habitat loss and degradation. Approximately 20% of the world coral reefs are lost, and additional 20% degraded in the last several decades of the 20th century, as well as approximately 35% of the mangrove area. Invasive species, the invasions harm not only the environment, but also have industrial, social, recreational, and economic impacts. So the background of blue economy. I want to cover very briefly on that. Global economic relationship with the oceans are evolving. Currently, they're setting for international commerce and transport a significant source of food and energy. Ocean's contribution to countries are already important. And growing familiarity with the ocean's environment, new technologies for ocean resource exploitation, longer-term growth, demographic trends, food security, and alternative sources of minerals, energy, increased seaborne trade, as well as rapid coastal urbanization are drivers of the evolving relationship. Globally, through new national ocean development plans, governments are focusing on the oceans for a source of job, innovation, competitive advantages. The gathering trend of expansion and acceleration of human activity in and around the ocean is seen as the industrialization of the oceans. And blue economy concept has its origins in the broader green movement and describes a sustainable balance between economic growth and the ocean health. So defining blue economy, there are some working definition: marine-based economic development leading to improved well-being and social equity, whilst reducing environmental risk and ecological scarcities. Reframing the ocean as development spaces subject to special planning. And it's incorporating the value of the oceans into economic decision making. So this is blue economy, establishing policies that favor low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive development, and prioritizing the use of oceans to benefit people, alleviate poverty, generate employment, and promote equity. This is the crux of the blue economy. And decoupling socio-economic development from environmental degradation. So it's a holistic concept of utilizing sustainable use of the sea, ensuring it for the development of the people and the environment. So it's improving relevant international law and governance mechanism has to be done by each state parties. So there are criteria. What are the minimum criteria? Human needs are addressed. Security need for food, water, energy, materials, recreation, health, as well as jobs, livelihoods, community life, and political stability. Ecosystem sustainability, ensuring that resources are grown, harvested, processed, used, and recycled in a way that promotes improvement of the biodiversity and productivity of the supporting environment. Applying tools of systems thinking, modeling, and integrated planning, inclusive of interlinkage between and among different economic activities and ecosystems. And then there has to become a standard. How to measure that standard, sustainability standard, following global standards and guidelines for sustainable business operations, investment and development with merging of continuous refinement and improvement. So what are the components? We just see the activities: ocean service, industries, emerging industries, growth drivers, and particularly see harvesting of living resources, extraction of non-living resources, generation of new resources, commerce and trade, and response of ocean health. These are some of the different services which we can skip that. It's quite detailed in nature. So to identify the component of blue economy: water desalination, transport, trade, shipping, ports, energy resource challenges, tourism, recreation, ocean monitoring, surveillance, information technologies, oceanography, etc. And these are the regulations, carbon sequestrations, blue carbon we talked about. So these all making these components of blue economy in details in this block. So what we talk about blue economy is seafood side, mining, aquatic production, desalination, biotechnology, monitoring and surveillance, offshore energy, deep sea shipping, short sea shipping, yachting, ferry services, cruiser tourism, fisheries, inland waterways, offshore oil and gas. These are the broad heading or subheading of the blue economy. Now, the focus area, what are the focus areas of blue economy? Blue energy, aquaculture, marine coastal and cruise tourism, marine mineral resources, and blue biotechnology, and inland waterways. And what are the things you do for each of these components is mentioned here. For the food security for the aquaculture, maritime heritage, coastal tourism, Then we have the shallow water mining, deep sea mining. We have the gene sequencing technology for the blue biotech. We have the inland transport, infrastructure services, real estate, navigation, traffic management, and minerals and energy. So you on this diagram you see how the seabed minerals are where located, contributions are submarine cables, offshore wind, aquaculture, shipping, offshore oil and gas, and fisheries. These are the broad sectors of the cross sectoral impacts. So coming to the country Bangladesh itself, is looking towards sea to support its economic growth. We had a deliberation with our good neighbors, with India and Myanmar in 2012 and 14. We got an area of 118,000 square kilometers. And the Maritime University established in 2013 in between the two boundary settlements. It has become the third in South Asia and 12th in the world. So, what are the things we teach about the unsustainable fisheries? How it's overcapacity, overfishing, what the procedure, how we can really augment. IU fishing, we're not illegal, unreported fishing, unregulated fishing, how we control them, how we monitor them, how we regulate them. Marine pollution, how the marine pollution is being caused in different part of the sea area. Nearly 80% of marine pollution originates on land. Pollution accompanies most kinds of human activities, including offshore oil and gas production and marine oil transportation. So traditional shipping and oil transportation routes are more exposed to the impacts of oil polluted discharges from tankers, other vessels, other than areas. Also coming ocean acidification, climate change caused by the ocean uptake, anthropogenic carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, stringent of carbon dioxide mitigation measures, and other acidification. But what can be done to protect the ocean? There are principles we should apply bar. So the countries are doing it, the organizations are doing it, and someone has to monitor it and enforce it. And we teach our students, our faculty, to wherever they take appointments in different organizations to protect the ocean we have. So we need to encourage the application of ecosystem approaches, promote integrated coastal and ocean management. This is very important. How do you have a bigger coast, you have a smaller coast, doesn't matter, you have to have a set of management. Advance the implementation of global program of action for the protection of marine environment from land-based activities. So we are talking about biodiversity. The protection of biodiversity in areas beyond national jurisdiction is legal certainty, hence the need to define the legal regime applicable to those resources. UNCLOS, that is United Nations Convention Law of the Sea, provides the legal framework for the conservation. The role of the International Civil Authority established by UNCLOS relating to marine biological diversity, including environmental protection, marine scientific research, is reflected in the codes which have been developed to regulate mining in the area. So the convention, what it does is about mentioning how it to be done. I will skip this one. These are the approaches. What are the approaches? Marine protected areas, ecosystem-based management, marine spatial planning, or the ocean zoning, how you plan your ocean, how you zone where to fish, where to do the exploration of the mineral resources, and marine biodiversity protection, high seas deficit concern, and ocean governance challenges. Changes will take place with different governments, different time. Sustainable development goals, as DG 14 talks about the life below water, we are more concerned about that. And climate change, sea level rise, we talk about it, but how it affects our ocean and our economy. So in total, it's increasingly complex and challenging business environment for ocean industries. There's the council, World Ocean Council, they're supposed to deal with, there are so many members in that. They're creating business value for responsible companies to a number of countries involved. But how much the council is really effective? That's the question. So there is industry leadership collaboration action, ocean investment platform, regional ocean industry leadership collaboration, all are there on theory, on paper. How much is effective has to be, evaluated and to reassess and to share that. So improving ocean governance is very important. Policy planning, reducing anthropogenic impacts, improving ocean knowledge, reducing disaster risk, and addressing climate change. So proven benefits include by these innovation and challenges. reduce environmental impact, reduce maintenance and higher profit for farmers, adaptability to climate change, ocean storms, reduce fish loss to predators, opportunities for investors. So there are a number of practices of aquaculture, like proven benefits, solution to integrated multi-tropic aquaculture, and these are things we teach our Department of Fisheries and Marine Biotechnology. So catalyzing, facilitating, providing interaction among the ocean users, solution providers, investors, synergy to maintain, providing common process to identify, articulate, and evaluate ocean industry priorities for investment in innovative sustainable solutions. I will skip this one. Now is MSP how we plan initiative, that what are the sea area, how we divide into different zones, and how we ensure ocean business community, how they have to be informed. And the potential business impacts and benefit of ocean planning is important. To determine how industry can optimize potential ocean planning benefits, develop coordinated business community engagement. So this is a natural environment. We have the academies and Indian universities, we have the public administration, we have the private sector, and the civil society, and we have the dialogue, different stakeholders, how we work together for the benefit of blue economy. So we talk about the port, this has to be green port, connected port, digitalization, transparency, traceability, inclusive port, integrating every sector in the blue world. So it's the impact measurement and achievement of goals. How do you measure our goals? Like 2050, the IMO has given a strategy to reduce the carbon emission to zero carbon emission, and we have some intermediate phases. How the ports are complying those, how the industries are complying those. These are the things to be taken into account. The Sustainable Blue Economy Partnership will design, steer, and support a just and inclusive transition to a regenerative and circular blue economy. So coming down to Bangladesh, how much we are working on that? This is the area I mentioned. We have this much 118,000 square kilometers, coast of 710 kilometers. Fisheries, fish processing, agriculture. Our GDP is like 460.2 billion coming in 2022, and it's more in 2023. 4% GDP coming from this blue economy. Marine fishery, we have 475 species, and seaweed 244. How we culture them. And fishing grounds, we have 4 big fishing grounds. Not all fishing grounds are located. Oh, permissible, good. So like these are the trawlers we have. Very, the artisanal vessels are very high in number, but trawlers you can go deep sea fishing very less. So we are not getting full benefit of the all fishing grounds we have. It has ranked second in the world in inland fishing production, 4th in aquaculture production, 25th in marine fishing production. 12% of the population lives on fishery-related direct and indirect activities. Okay, so the earnings, I see those. So limitations are mariculture, seeds, investment, capture, illegal and unreported fishing, conservation, logistic, strategies, funding, bycatch, and public-private partnership. So see, this production is growing. And how it is growing? There are such priorities, mariculture, capture, conservation strategies. Look at the port, shipping, how is capacity? This is like a lot of capacity we have, but we need more because of growing seaboard trade. So offshore gas, I have mentioned that. Recycling, this is to mention here, this we claim to be the top recycling country. But how much we are following the Hong Kong Convention, how much is environmental favor that needs to be seen. So I'll go to my last slides on the tourism. It is because not much things are done, but we need to have more organized approach for the tourism, promoting tourism. Yeah. We're talking about international cooperation. Now, in the university, we have 15 universities institutes have cooperation for exchange, academic exchanges, joint research, others. You can see some of the universities named here. We have 2 universities in the UK, Malaysia, Netherlands, China, India, and other few countries. So we conduct joint research activities, exchange knowledge and expertise, public research findings, high impact journals, joint workshops. So we have in this country we have 26 organizations working in blue economy, making affairs, shipping ministry, blue economy, cell and energy industry now which have been taken to cabinet division. How about each effective? So these are the things you should do: marine fisheries, management, mariculture, commercial shipping, tourism, offshore energy. Something to be developed, something to maintain, something to be researched and work more. So our roadmap is alignment of academic research, global and national policy, employment of maritime professionals with sound background, upgrading of marine education and training, achieving global recognition, industry academia collaboration, which we have started, and care with education we provide. So our major journey spanning ancient civilization to contemporary times reflects story of resilience, ambition, and commitment, recognize the strategic importance of maritime affairs and navigate challenges. Our major city continues to evolve, commitment to excellence in education, research, and sustainable development, exemplified by districts like the major university, is crucial. Our major revolution is initiated by enacting the Act in 74 and came to shape by boundary delimitation. And now the university and other academies are working on it. Wikipedia importance, the ocean activities, SDG 14, Ambition 2041, and Green Economic Summit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.